Hello everybody, this is Lily with Inkpossible Things, and I'm super happy to be back helping Lisa make videos for this kit. For this project, we're gonna make a one-sheet wonder that when you open it, it's kind of like a little mini album. You can put a little picture there. This has a little pocket in here, and here's another space for a journal card. There's another little pocket there. And you open this flips out this way, and then you've got a nice little tuck spot here. And then there is another pocket here. It's a fun little journal. So far, I've only created the little journal or album. I've only created that and the cover. But my goal is to give you a bunch of projects, small projects that you can do to fill up this little album, and we'll see how it turns out in the end. This project is going to take you a very small amount. I think it took me longer to decorate the cover than to actually make the entire project itself. But I really like it. It's kind of fun, and I'm going to use it as a photo album for just maybe for the month of October, and just, you know, cut some pictures, put them on there. Do a little bit of journaling in there just to see how it turns out. So I'm glad that you're here with me. So let's get started. All right, supplies for this project. I used this sheet from the kit sheets that are in there, but I'm pretty sure you can use whatever sheet you want. It is a double-sided. This is the inside here. This is the other side. So I used that. And then the ephemera here, that is this one and this one are from the kit that is in the kit, you know, the embellishments that come in the kit. So I used some of those. And then for this background here and this, I just have an old book that I tear pages out of as I need, you know, for decorations and stuff. But you can use any old book and then just stamp it up to make it look a little older. And then this little piece here is just a crumpled piece of a paper sack that I had laying around. So far, that's all I've used. A corner rounder to round out the corners here, and on the inside as well on this little tab right here. And then we used a bone folder, a pencil. The stamp, the ink that I used is Rusty Hinge, but you can use whichever ones you like. And let's see, I used some glue. I do have a 2-inch punch for the notches that we make. We made these little notches here, that one, and then this one here. And there's another one right here, right in here. But of course, you know, you don't have to have one that big, or you don't even have to punch that at all. That's just, you know, personal preference. And then of course, scissors, a ruler, and I did use a score pal to score the folded areas that we have in this booklet, in this little album. But you don't have to use a score punch. You really, if you have a bone folder and a ruler, all you really need to do is just mark the top, the bottom, line up your ruler, fold your sheet over, and then just, you can either fold your sheet and kind of bend it down that way, or just score it with your bone folder and then fold it over. But it does help for folding when you do have something like a bone folder. However, you can also use a credit card. Sometimes if I can't find my bone folder, I'll just use the back of the scissors. And really, that's all we've used. So let me show you how this comes together. We're going to start with this beautiful sheet of paper. It's got the flowers in the front and the pattern on the back, and that is what we're going to make our album out of. Now, we do need to cut this sheet at about 8 inches, and so we're going to end up with 2 strips. So let me cut it. So our big sheet measures 8 inches by 12 inches, and our small sheet measures 4 inches by 12 inches. And we're going to use this entire, both of these sheets to create our album. So the first thing we want to do is we want to create a fold along the right hand side, and I'm going to use my score pal for this, but we are going to fold at 10¼ inch. Now if you don't have a score pal, you can just use a ruler and a bone folder or whatever you've got that can create a dent in your paper. We got to fold this up, and I'm going to crease it with my bone folder. Okay, we're going to take the other side and we are going to fold it in half. There's no need to measure anything. You just want to line up the edges. Try to get them as close as you can to the edge, but still leave a little bit of a lip. Crease that. And there you have it. So it's going to look like that. Open it all the way back up again. And this time we are going to fold from the bottom up towards the top. And again, no need to measure or anything. Just fold your paper up and line up those edges along the top. Give it a good crease. Going to open it up again. And we're going to cut from the right on the fold, right along the edge to the fold on the inside. So I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut right on that crease until I hit the next fold right there. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. And this is what's going to give us our pockets. So we're going to stop right there on that crease. So take your paper, fold it over again the way that it was folded. And this time we are going to cut a notch right along the top between those panels, between our creases. So find the center and then just cut a notch. I used my 2-inch circle punch to create that notch right there. And that's going to fold over like this. I'm going to crease it. And we're going to bring that one corner, we're just going to bring it over, and I brought it so that it was about the center of the notch. And then I just creased it. Okay. And all I'm going to do next is I am just going to glue the bottom part of this little pocket. This is going to be kind of a little side pocket. And all I did was glue the bottom part down to the paper there. There you go. It's not going to hold much, but it's going to be a perfect little pocket. We'll find something to put in there. That'll work in that little area there. So next we're going to fold that panel over, crease it, set this aside, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to build us those folding panels. So this sheet measures 8 or 4 by 12, and we're just going to cut it right in half, so you end up with 2 pieces that are the exact same size. Now both, since it's a double patterned or a double-sided paper, you gotta determine what's gonna flip to the front, what's gonna flip to the back. So and then how we're gonna glue those down to the back of that panel. So take your scorer, and I scored a 1/2 inch from the right edge. I just went in 1/2 inch, and I scored because that's where we're gonna fold that panel. And I want that panel, when it flips open, so you can see when that panel flips open, I want it so that you can see the flowers. On the other panel, You scored in from the left side, same amount, 1/2 inch, and that one is going to flip so that you can see the other side first. So I folded that one up. Both of them get folded just like that. And then when you put it together, it's going to come together like this. Flip out your book, and that's going to glue right on the back of that, so that when it flips open, it flips to the left, and then the other panel is going to flip to the right. And we're going to create pockets in those later, but right now we're going to glue that. We're going to glue that one to the back left side. Make sure I got everything lined up. I'm going to line the middle panel along the fold and then just press down. And I'm going to do the same with the other side. You see how it flips open to the flowers? That's what I wanted, but you can do it whichever way you want. This one is going to be slightly different. Going to glue that one, line up the folds, and just make sure it's glued on there. Now the panels are going to be really big to start with, but we're going to fold them down. So make sure you just tack them down, and from here in that middle panel we are going to add some glue where I glued those tabs down. I'm going to add glue to the back of that and then press that down onto the other half of our little mini album, so that now these panels, see, we've created a pocket. Of course, when it glues down correctly and the glue's dried, it's going to be a pocket in there. And now we've got some little flipping, our little panels that flip out. So we're going to make a pocket there and on the other one. And this, you don't have to measure anything. Oh, I'm just going to crease. Oh, you don't have to measure anything. So you can make them as deep as you want or as shallow as you want. I kind of did maybe a 2-inch pocket on each side, and all you need to do is when you crease it down, just add glue along the top and the bottom edge. Oh, and I forgot to punch a notch, so I am just going to do that really quick because it's going to make it easier to get things in and out of that little pocket. You can also use score tape for this if you don't have, if you don't want to use glue. There we go. It's starting to come together. On this pocket, I'm going to flip it the other way because I like the contrast between the peach color, the peach backing, and the black and white flowers. That's just so cute. Gonna punch another notch in there. Hold on, I think I'm gonna make it a little deeper because I don't think I did it quite as deep as the other one. And then again, we're adding glue to the top and the bottom edges only. And again, you can do score tape if you prefer that. And once you flip it, put it back together. It closes up really nicely. You decide which order you want, and then flip the front panel over and crease that. And then close the top. Make sure everything lines up on the top and bottom, and there it is. We've got our little album. That's come together quite nicely. See, there's a nice little pocket there that we can put stuff in. And then we can put a picture there, put some more pockets there. That holds something, and then our top pocket in there. So we're going to make something for each of these little pockets. So now we're just going to round the edges on the inside, that little panel that isn't doing anything yet. So we're just going to round the edges there. And then we're going to round the edges on the outside of the book. And that's it. Now we've got to figure out how to decorate the front cover. so excited about this little mini album that I think I'm going to show you how I decorated this page. So I found these little banners, these 3 little banners in the ephemera that comes with the kit. And I just happen to have like a little piece of, I think it's like really thin brown string. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these here so that I can put a little photo there. So take your first one and run the string through the bottom so that it loops around the top like this. Okay, and then I'm going to do that to all 3 of them so that they are all on a cute little banner. And I'm gonna kind of even them out across here. But what I want to do is I want to glue these down. So take your glue, and then I'm gonna put some on the back. We're going to make it so they're like a little bit of a banner here. We're going to spread them apart and glue them down. Now, if you're not comfortable with them, I think I'm going to add a little bit more glue on the back just so that I make sure that they stay down. The beauty of these little tips there, you can get them at Lisa's booth. They're just so nice. Here we go, just like this. And now guys, my daughter had a bracelet a long time ago when she was a little kid, and it had a bunch of these little beads. And of course the bracelet broke apart, so I ended up with a bunch of these, and I've had these for years. But I was looking through stuff I could put on the ends here, and these are perfect. So if you find like a couple of beads or something, I think I'm just gonna tie a knot at the end here. But if you find a couple of beads, you can, I might even wanna glue that one down there and just keep this like this. I think I am gonna glue that down. Wait, I want the pretty side. This is the ugly side here. This one I am going to glue down because I want it to stay there. But this other one, I think I'm just going to let it fall right down in here. And all I'm going to do is just tie a knot. But yeah, look for stuff that you have that's just laying around, unless I'm just weird and nobody else does what I do, but I like collect things. I have some old bracelets. I went to Reclaim Resale, and they have a small craft section, and I think for $5 I got a bunch of charms that I'm so excited about using in future projects. But anyways, there's the book, or there's the page, there's the first page, and then that's a picture of my son and I. So now we've got the first page done. And now I got to figure out what we're going to do with the rest of these pockets for future projects. So I hope you like that.